Hey, you can't just call Dibbs. Stop! You can't get all willy-nilly with Dibbs. Dibbs is the only thing that holds society together.
First Dibbs question of the day, sponsored by Trantolo and Trantolo The Law Offices. Trantolo and Trantolo, always giving back to the communities that they proudly serve. And you can get in touch with Trantolo and Trantolo by dialing 844-999-9999. Remember, 844 all nines to get a hold of Trantolo and Trantolo. The question is, what's the most disrespectful celebration in sports history?
This is coming off of Claxton trying to step over Embiid last night. We did have one of those, one of the most epic step-overs that Claxton is probably drawing inspiration from is Allen Iverson doing it to Ty Lue. But I just thought that was circumstance. Allen was going that way, and Ty Lue was laying there. All these ones I'm finding on the internet just make me laugh more than I feel like disrespected. Remember when Randy Moss faked pulling his pants down to Lambeau's fans when he was on? That was so funny. Whoa, that was funny to me. I didn't find that disrespectful. Then we saw, I just brought up during the break, remember when Carlos Gomez hit that home run off some dude from Atlanta and Brian McCann won't let him cross the plate because he's like pimped the home run too much, and then they got in a fight like they knew it was going to be the whole third baseline was the brawl boiling up. But those were funny to me. The one that keeps coming up is T.O. when he's on San Francisco, scores a touchdown in Big D, sprints to the 50-yard line and holds his hands up to the heavens.
And then he got run over by a cowboy.
They tried to do it again, and they weren't playing that. And then didn't Emmett go out there and then slam the ball down, was on one knee, representing the Cowboys?
Remember the kicker, Bill Gramatica? Yeah. Injured himself, jumping up and celebrating.
Yeah, that was kind of like karma in action. It was like
tore his ACL.
Thanks for disrespecting us.
Who was the hitter that did it? Was it?
It tears his ACL
on the Angels. Yes. I'll look it up, but he celebrated by stomping on home plate and blew out his knee. It was awful. It shortened his career.
Here are the top ones for me. I will never forget Sean Kemp dunking over Alton Lister and then pointing at him as he dunks on him and backs up. I think it's funny. I'm sorry. I think Alton Lister even thinks it's funny to this day. Here's one I think
Andres Morales.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Actually blew out his ankle.
Yeah. Did he just sign, too? Like, didn't the Angels give him
it was his first year. It gave him a huge deal. Walk-off grand slam, and then he gets blown out. Edwin Diaz celebrating in the WBC.
Yeah, but those are celebrations just in general that they get hurt.
Though.
I'm talking about disrespecting the opponent with your celebration. Remember when Tito Ortiz beat Chuck Liddell this last time, and then Tito Ortiz, while Chuck Liddell's passed out on the ground, digs a grave in the mat? Oh, and then tries pulling him in it. Oh, my God. That to me is number one. Above Allen Iverson, above T.O., above Alton Lister.
Well, there's disrespecting the player, but there's also disrespecting the organization. And I agree with you that I think MMA and boxing, they always do that. But they're so high from the competition, the adrenaline, that a lot of times, how about the one where T.O. pulls the Sharpie out of the thing or the cell phone? I mean, those are premeditated. Those are weak. So nobody's really offended by that stuff. You're more offended that really you went to that much trouble to put a Sharpie inside of the padding at the goalpost.
I did think it was a little bit of disrespect to the game when I saw that, and I thought the same thing. Like, dude, you really pre-plan that? You put a cell phone in? The pre-planned celebration that I hate the most is when Chad Johnson at the time, not Ocho Cinco, catches a touchdown on Monday Night Football and has a Hall of Fame jacket ready for him from one of his mates that throws. It's like, dude, you're not even close yet. You're not even close. Think he's going to make the Hall of Fame?
Who?
I hope not.
Ocho Cinco?
Yes. I think he was a good enough player.
That'll be interesting. I'm sure that highlight will be brought back up.
I'm looking at some of these. Michael Jordan, how's he disrespectful?
I saw where he dunks on Dikembe Mutombo for the first time and then wags his finger at Dikembe, which that's what Dikembe used to do to everyone.
That's more a little tit for tat. That's not disrespectful. That's more respectful.
I agree.
That's like, hey, that's your thing, but not right now.
I like it
Not
was the
today.
Last Dance that we learned this, or maybe I'm learning it from all my Michael Jordan YouTube that I'm watching. But he was telling Dikembe when they were playing together on the USA or not USA team, but international play, like, I'm gonna get you, man. You're the only person I haven't got. Like, you will not get me, Michael. And then within weeks he gets him.
Who's the dude that just sacked somebody, knocked him out, and then celebrated over him?
Was this Tua? Was this when Tua gets rocked?
No. This was this year that the guy was down and out on the field. The defensive player is celebrating over him, and he's taking a lot of heat because of it.
And he didn't know at the time what was going on with that quarterback. What do you got, John? Hashmead's got something.
What about that old Sean Kemp dunk? When he points at the guy.
That's the one. That's the Alton Lister one. Yeah, that one's totally disrespectful, and I loved every minute of it.
Listen, Muhammad Ali used to taunt his opponents when he knocked them out and stuff like that, and sit there and just, you're done, you suck.
But also, like, for Kemp on that one, I feel like he's very surprised that it happened, and he's just like, I would not know Alton Lister if that play didn't happen. So you're welcome, Alton.
Put him on the map.
I'm getting slammed on like that. Claxton.
Oh, wait. Who was the linebacker for the Bengals that celebrated after Antonio Brown? He knocked him out.
Vontez Perfect.
Perfect.
He's a bad dude.
He is a bad man.
That dude led the league in personal fouls.
What about the way people reacted to Mark Gastineau back in the day? They thought that was a different era, and people didn't like any kind of celebration back then.
Oh, I know. Jeez. I mean, you pump your fist, and it's like, oh,
that was really no fun league.
How dare you? How dare you?
I mean, you were there for all the Superman things with Cam Newton in the end zone.
Now, honestly, when that happened,
Wouldn't I be offended if I were Superman?
Okay, it's not. I wasn't thinking
I'm not
Superman.
thinking team.
You know who I was thinking when I first saw that? Shaq.
Really? Well, yeah, Shaq was no.
Because it was like right around the time when Dwight Howard became, this. He wanted to be Superman, but Shaq had the big Superman tattoo from like early '90s, and he wanted to be known as Superman. So it's like all these athletes are trying to be Superman, and Cam. I also thought it was disrespectful to his team.
This list says Marshawn Lynch grabbing, I can't tell you what they said, his groin after beast mode run on Saints.
Those are great touchdown dives, dude. Do not take that fun away from me.
Touchdown dives are awesome.
I will not
don't get hurt.
accept that.
There was
disrespectful.
a weightlifter that tried to do a backflip, broke his neck.
Yeah,
that's one of the most cringe-worthy one you'll ever see.
That was karma in action.
Yeah, unless you could really do like an Ozzie Smith. Don't do an Ozzie Smith. Might get hurt. All right, Dejanay Carrington and is it Nia Clouden? Nia Clouden will join us in studio this hour from the Connecticut Sun. I know they're around here somewhere, and so we'll talk some women's basketball this hour.